What is the mission of your organization?
The mission is to bring industry into Bowling Green to enhance our economy and to keep the industry that we have here growing and healthy and providing jobs for the members of our community.
What are some examples of success stories that you have had?
Okay. We have built 4 industrial parks in the past. One of them is completely full, has about 14 companies out there, and then the others are still growing, and we're putting more plants out there. That's one of our biggest successes, is the industrial growth that we've seen here. We've also had empty buildings that I've attracted new companies to and filled them up. The company may have decided that they had too much space, and so they moved to a smaller space, or they moved to another state. And so we've worked very hard to fill up the empty buildings in town, and now we have no empty buildings.
What are some of your future projects planned?
Well, we've just completed a road out on the east side of town called Woodstream that is going to open up another 100 acres to develop. And so we're going to be hopefully looking for plants, companies, manufacturers, corporate headquarters, those kinds of things to come into that new new area that we've built out on the east side of town. We're also talking about maybe putting up a spec building. And a spec building means that a company would build the building without somebody already ready to go into it, and then you sort of attract them to the community, and you entice them to come be a part of Bowling Green because we have this lovely new building for them. So those are kind of a couple of the things that we're looking to do. We're also worrying or kind of planning how we'd like to see East Worcester Street develop after we put the roundabouts in at the I-75 interchanges. So we'd like to see some of those buildings torn down and new ones built, and maybe some new things attracted out there.
What are some unique things that Bowling Green has to offer?
Well, our location is the prime attraction because we sit right beside I-75, which in many instances is called the automotive highway because there are so many automotive suppliers and companies all up and down 75 from Detroit to Atlanta and clear down into Florida. So that's one of the major attractions. We sit only 13 miles from 80-90, so we're just located so that we can serve almost 70% of the North American market. North American means we also can serve Canada within 1 day's drive. That's our biggest attraction. We also are a municipal electric company, which means that our electric rates are slightly less than those of our competitors around us in the area, which would be First Energy and AEP, and 40% of all of our electricity comes from renewable sources like solar, like wind, like water power. So we are very proud of that fact, and we use that as a marketing tool because there are lots of companies out there who want to have a more green footprint, and by coming here they can do that.
What do you do to keep companies here?
Well, I work very closely with the companies. The mayor and I visit every single manufacturer in town once a year. We spend about half an hour, 45 minutes talking to them about how are things going, did you have a good year? We do it in January, February, and March. Was the past year good for you? Did you make a profit? What do you see the future looking like? Is there anything that the city or the CDF can do that would make your life easier here in Bowling Green? So we keep very good communication with all of our companies. We also, if they talk to us about doing an expansion, we have some incentives. An incentive is sort of like when you train a dog, you might say sit, and then if he sits well, you give him a bone. That's an incentive or a reward. So we incentive companies to expand their operations here, and the reason we do that is because the city survives on income tax. And the more employees we have in the city, the more income tax we have to provide the services for the city. So we work very hard to keep the companies that we have here because we don't want to lose any of those employees or any of the companies.
If a business would like a consultation, how would that work?
Well, they can call me on the phone, they can send me an email, and I'll be happy to give you my phone number, which is 419-353-3591. Or my email address is sclark@bowlinggreen, all one word, the two G's in the middle, -oh.com. And I'd be happy to sit down and talk to them about any of the issues that they may be having.
Thank you for your time today.
Well, you're more than welcome.
This is Calla Higgins from the Bowling Green Digital Media Club.
Thank you for coming on board as a student sponsor. What are your thoughts on this program?
I think it's a great way to get young people involved with news coverage, and I think it's a great way to turn a spotlight on the local charities.
What other community activities do you support?
I'm on the board for Wood Lane Residential Services, the pre-professional society at Bowling Green State University, and Rotary Club. This organization, Phipps 11 Hebeka, is going to be having our Veterans Charity on Friday. That's our Stars, Stripes, and Smiles Veterans Appreciation Day, and that's Friday, May 4th.
Thank you for all you do for this community.
Thank you.